Major music announcements.
On this episode of Simply Necessary Conversations.
So we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Taylor Swift's new album. Why you, the silence is deafening.
I mean,
Taylor Swift's new album is being talked about by all the brands, all the artists. Nicki Minaj is putting her 2 cents in. I saw Marvel post something about it. Like, it's everywhere. So it's one of those things that is inescapable, as much of her music is inescapable because of her level of celebrity. But as someone that, as a child, was a Swiftie, I guess, and as an adult, I'm not a Swiftie, I wanted to give it a listen, and I also had you give it a listen so we could accurately discuss what some people are saying is her worst album ever. So after just your raw thoughts, when I had you listen to it, what did you think about it?
I thought, is this a new album? Because it sounds just like, no, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm being serious. When people were talking about it and they were playing music in the background, I was like, is that the new album or is that from a previous album? Because to me, her stuff sounds a lot alike, like it sounds similar. So that was my first thing, is like, okay, so that's new music. My second thing was that, and I will confess that I saw people talking about it, so I wanted to kind of investigate for myself. A lot of it sounds like other people's stuff. There's one song in particular that does, even though he's not credited, and him and his 4 brothers are not credited. It sounds a lot like a Michael Jackson song. So people were saying a lot of the songs were kind of knockoffs of other people's stuff. I don't know. I didn't listen hard enough, but I do know the one song I heard, it immediately conjured Michael Jackson and his 5 brothers or 4 brothers, whichever group you want to. But yeah, so that. And then as far as the actual music, it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of like Taylor Swift music and very basic. I'm going to just say, to me, it was very basic.
It's very, like, first of all, I've just become accustomed to all of Taylor Swift's albums sound the same to me. I'm not one of her target audience members, so maybe it sounds different to other people, but when I listen to it, it's always the same tropes, it's always the same beat, and it's always in the same key. So I feel like that's why I tend to get bored with her music, because yes, she has like major hits like Shake It Off or Lover, where they have that poppy vibe and it's just happy and like.
And we are never, ever getting back together.
Yeah, back in her country era. But this album, when I listened to it, I was just like, I feel like this was the last album. And I also feel like everything, and not to say that this is just a her thing, but I feel like everything she does is so male-centered in a certain type of way. Like, there's a lack of depth where other artists, I feel like, have other topics of conversation that's in their album, or you can really feel the soul or like what the hidden meaning is.
It gives one notch up from Kid Bop's. Like, no, seriously, like, I'm not gonna say, I'm not, because I know the Swifties gonna hate me for it, and some people gonna want to come for me and say I'm being a hater, whatever. Feel however you want to feel. These my ears. I pick what I like, but her songs tend to be very kind of sing-songy. Are some of the lyrics cute? Yeah, but that's where it stops. Like, it's cute. It's never deep.
It's never deep.
It's never deep. It's never.
Maybe she's just not a deep
profound.
girl.
And I feel like she's trying to force a grow up in this album.
I feel like
a lot of her stuff has been very teenage angsty, and then this album, and I'm sure it mirrors her personal life. She has an adult boyfriend, and they're engaged or whatever they're doing now.
She's almost
whatever.
40 years old. So
it's almost like she was like, ooh, it's time for me to grow up. But the music didn't grow up as much as she's grown up. And I don't dislike Taylor Swift, and God bless her, she's a female, she's making money, you do that, girl. Her music is just not as appealing to me as some other music.
And for people to credit her as like the greatest writer of our generation, I feel like
as an English teacher, English major, specifically creative writing, no ma'am.
I want to read some of the lyrics just so y'all know I'm not pulling this out of my behind.
Oh my.
Let me find one where it's just like, where I'm just like, okay. Oh wait, I forget the song that I'm looking for. So in this song, she literally says, "Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, because now you're mine." Like, that's not, it's just words. And she's singing along to it. Or,
Yeah.
"I've been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness. I've been dying just from trying to seem cool." This song, people actually had issue
okay,
with.
I'm gonna stop it. Terminal uniqueness, I could get with that. Like, I like that.
But it's so painfully like angsty and corny to me. But people had an issue with this specific song, Eldest Daughter, because this is getting into some stuff. But Travis Kelce's exes publicly have all been people of color. And in this song, Taylor is basically saying that, like, forget your exes, I'm the one that you need, I'm the one that's going to give you all the stuff that you want. And she says, "I'm not a bad bee and this isn't savage," which people took to be like a jab at the stereotypical, his girlfriends were like bad bees and they have the baddie aesthetic. I'm not like that, but I can give you everything that you need. Where people kind of took offense to that of like, what you trying to say?
Well,
you could have chosen a different word.
Because I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm on both sides with those particular lyrics in that, okay, if I'm a writer, I'm a singer, I'm an artist, and I'm with somebody and I know people are comparing me to their exes, and then I know a fight kind of will gain attention and like get me listeners if for no other reason than to see what the fight is about. So I'm not mad with her for kind of like poking at his exes a little bit. Like, I'm not mad at that because rappers do it, people do it all the time.
Yeah,
what
but the choice of words is interesting.
I do understand, but kind of don't. I understand that people feel like that was almost like your Golden Girls and those others, and y'all know what others I'm talking about, were not it for you. Here's the thing. I still, and I know this has nothing to do with the music, that relationship I still find questionable. So, I hope that I wish the best for her and him, because, like, I don't want any female to go through the drama of a breakup or whatever and stuff. But I feel like I want to say, like I said when I found out about them, girl, don't put all your eggs in that basket, because I don't know.
And something that she tries to do on this album that some people were in uproar about, because they said it's so inappropriate, I can't take my kids to see Taylor Swift anymore. Taylor Swift is 35 and engaged. We know I'm talking about in it, like, where she's not a kid. But in this song, she tries to emphasize the fact that she's not a kid, and it's interesting.
Very forced. It feels forced.
The lyrics of the song are, "He hypnotized me and opened my eyes, redwood tree, it ain't hard to see, his love was the key that opened my thighs."
Now, to me, it was just over the top in an unnecessary way.
So direct.
And I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, the lyrics and raps, okay, I get it." But it's why?
But I raise you. The lyrics and rap songs aren't necessarily geared towards kids, because they're not geared towards kids. Yeah. But also, it's on a good beat that, like, even if you're not listening to the lyrics, you're
But to me, it was corny more than anything.
I just feel like I expect from someone that has every possible producer and songwriter and musician at their disposal, I expected more, and I expected it to be more than just, "I'm in love with this man." The end.
Not just I'm in love with this man, and we did the horizontal hula. Like
the devil's tango.
As somebody that I worked with one time inappropriately said, bumping uglies. Like, I just feel like a lot of it is forced, and a lot of it sounds like her song. Like, it's what we have come to expect from Taylor Swift. And while I think her songs are cute, and I think for a long time she was a good age-appropriate artist for young girls. I feel like her music is not growing up as she grows up.
I feel like she's just an older JoJo Siwa at this point, where she had that niche of young teenage girls, and she's trying to figure out a space for, okay, where do I go next? Yeah. But as she said, she's not a bad bee. She's not a savage.
That's not her.
Therefore, she needs to redirect her energy towards maybe different lyrics or, like, a different sound instead of trying to force it.
And I'm gonna give her credit. I'm not mad at her for not being a quote unquote bad bee. Everybody doesn't need to be that. If that's not who she is, that's not who she is. I do, however, think that if you're not a bad bee, then keep other bad bees' names out your mouth. Like, leave them alone. Be who you are. Be okay with who you are, but don't come for them, because when you come for them, or if it's implied that you're coming for them, or people suspect that you're coming for them, they're gonna come for you, and don't invite that.
If she was trying to poke fun or like pick out a certain demographic of women who, and then this doesn't necessarily have to be about race, because a bat becomes in all shapes and sizes and forms and colors. But I think she was being like, oh, I'm just the quirky cat lady, and I don't mean cat lady derogatory. I mean cat lady like she has cats.
Yeah.
When it was just like, you can be that over here separately, and nobody expects you to be anything different. But I feel like this album, even if you look at the cover of the album, is very sensual. She's very half naked, and like, period, we love that. Get your life. But it feels inauthentic when on the same record you're saying that's not who you are, yet you're trying to fit into this mold, which I think might be for Travis's benefit, but that's a topic for another day.
And as my father used to say, in a way, she's throwing rocks and hiding her hands. So like, don't come for people, or like, you know, kind of be snarky at them, but then on the same token say, but I'm not a part of that crowd. Like, just be you.
It's like she wants to be a part of the crowd and can't, so now she's saying, well, that's not what I am, and I'm better than that. When it's just like, I feel like
be different than, but not better than. You're different than. I don't like when any female artist pokes fun at another group of women, because it's just like, you can be who you are, babes. You don't have to. You don't have to say anything about those. Be different than, not better than, because that's not what it is.
But in general, past all of the topics of if was she coming after his exes, whatever, I just think the album was not good. I honestly expected better, and I'm not even like her fan base. And I feel like a lot of her fan base are actually, and she even said, which is kind of sad, she was like, she's happy, and she felt like when she writes when she's happy, essentially, it's not as good.
Oh, that might be some of the problem. I mean, no, seriously.
But it's almost like,
I mean, that's
what she's saying. We get an Adele album when she get her heart broken, and it's
so that might be what gives her. That might be her muse. Sadness might be her muse.
Or like, you don't listen to Lana Del Rey to be happy. Yeah. You don't listen to Lemonade by Beyonce to be happy. You listen to be angry and melancholy and like whatever. Yeah. And I feel like she tried to, and she has happy songs though. Like Shake It Off and Lover are both happy songs.
I say, for me, it wasn't a good album. It wasn't a bad album. It was just an album. Like
it was an album where, like, you know how people say that.
And I may bop to, because I haven't listened to it and whatever, and I might hear it on the radio. The jury's still out for me, but based on what I've heard so far, it just sounds like the typical Taylor Swift stuff to me.
You know how people say there's a no skip album, like you would want to listen to the whole thing? For me, the album was all skip. I don't want to listen to it. I'll go back to her old stuff. Like, and I'm not saying this from the perspective of someone that just hates her guts. Like, I literally know how to play some of her songs on piano. That's how much of a fan I was in my youth. Yeah. I just kind of outgrew her music in a certain type of way.
And I'm going to say this, and then we need to move on to a different topic, but I'm going to say this. The way... I think we just got, when I say we, I mean our community, I mean certain types of women have something stuck in our craw, because the way that her fiance switched up, like, and
I don't care nothing about that, because
I don't care nothing about that, but I think all of that plays a part in how you perceive and listen to stuff.
Issue.
And then, the switch up from him, and then her almost reveling in, he did that, but now he's doing this. Like it kind of affects how you listen to the album.
For me, it's not even about that, because I didn't know who Travis Kelce was before he was with Taylor. I didn't really care about who he was, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that in, like, I don't watch football. I didn't really care.
As Kiki said, we do not know this man.
I don't know who that man is. I'm sorry to this man. Yeah. But my issue is when people compare Taylor to Beyonce. That's where we can touch.
We're going to move on, because, like, just utter foolishness.
Anyways.
We're going to move on.
But, you know, we didn't necessarily like this Taylor album. But what I did like was this album by Kirby. And if y'all don't know who Kirby is, y'all got to find her. It's Kirby. She released this album called Miss Black America. And it's very much, very for the culture, very deep. It's deep. She herself is from Mississippi, and her songwriting.
Is it Mississippi or New Orleans?
She's from Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah. But she writes about her culture, specifically from being from Mississippi, specifically as being a Black woman, and I feel like her songwriting is very not underestimated. It's
underappreciated.
It's not as hyped as it should be. Because when you like at first listen, you just you listen because she's a soul singer, so it has a very soulful R&B sound to it. And when you're listening, you're kind of listening for the beat. You're kind of listening like, oh, this is a very soulful, like I want to sing along. But when you actually pay attention to the lyrics, it really settles in.
Okay, so I know who Kirby is. I've seen a couple of her videos, and you tell me if I'm correct on this. From what I've seen, and it doesn't matter either way, but I'm just checking. From what I've seen, she's also not naked to sing. Like she tends to be.
Well, you doing Taylor Swift now?
No, but I'm just saying that's not her angle. She's not sexy. Is not what she's going for.
She's a soul. I mean, when has a soul singer?
Okay,
ever
I'm
been
just
sexy?
saying. And I, as someone that is older, that has a daughter that works with young girls and stuff, I appreciate that the focus is her vocals and her lyrics and not her physical appearance. Not to say that she's not a beautiful woman, because she's beautiful, but that caught my eye, that she was singing and she was not scantily dressed singing. I don't know if that's consistently her look, but the videos that I have seen, that seems to be her look.
Like I said, she's a soul singer. She's not like an R&B girl or a hip hop artist where that fits. Like it wouldn't fit her aesthetic to even.
And I say that too because her videos, the ones I've seen, are eye catching.
Her videos are very
the choreography and the storytelling aspect is very eye catching in her videos. So like that's why I bring that up. Not to say, now, well, I'm gonna say I don't know why everybody has to be naked to sing. I will say that because I'm a grown woman and I like, I don't know why everybody has to be in the little leotards and thongs to sing. I don't know what that's about. Like does having having something up your butt make your voice go higher? I don't know.
Well, it also is more comfortable to perform if you have
Is it though? Is it though?
I would say so. I mean,
you think with something riding up your butt cheeks is more comfortable?
They either have on super baggy clothes or they have on like short shorts and a crop top.
Okay, short shorts and a crop top I could deal with, but they're now this thing now with bodysuits and practically thongs and stuff.
Now that's always been the case.
No.
Look at Madonna. Look at Janet Jackson.
It started kind of with her. I don't think Janet Jackson did the whole. Now she did some risque things, but not to this. Everybody now has on a bathing suit practically to perform. If it's about comfort, put on some jogging pants. Like,
and who pulling up to a concert and want to see
I'm
their
just
favorite artist in
saying,
jogging pants?
and then they can wear stuff that's that shows off their body and that's appealing. But I don't get the whole why you got to be in a bathing suit to perform or a bodysuit or whatever you want to call it.
If you're Megan Thee Stallion and you're singing about sexual things, you're not like it wouldn't match.
Well,
the vibe.
as a female that don't like females, I could do without it. I'm sure the guys like it.
They're not doing that for you.
I'm sure they're
doing it
not.
for the men.
But I beg to differ though, because a lot of their audience, I would say a great majority of their audience,
but in some of it too,
is other
so
females.
women can be like, oh, I aspire to look like her. I aspire to have her body. You're not going to aspire
I
to
don't
have
have to
somebody's body
see
if
her
they're
actual body to aspire to have her body.
I'm not saying that you do, but I'm saying from a marketing perspective,
I'm
it's
just
all,
throwing it out
there's
there.
all a reason
I'm
for
gonna just throw it out there. Anybody that's a celebrity
Are
performer,
you breaking the fourth wall?
I am. You do not have to show me your cheeks for me to appreciate your music. I can listen to your music.
But
you can wear something
what
body
they're doing it
conscious,
for.
but like I don't get it. And don't tell me I'm a woman. I'm a woman. And if I had to haul butt, I would make 2 trips. So I know what it is to be a woman with junk in the trunk. Wearing stuff that cuts up in there ain't never been comfortable. I'm gonna leave it right there.
How did we even get on this subject?
Because I was appreciating the fact that Kirby sings.
But I feel
with
like
clothes
that's
on.
an unnecessary comparison. Kirby is a soul singer. That's not her aesthetic. She don't sing about
Singer, not underwear model. Singer. Put some clothes on and sing.
But that's like saying a Victoria's Secret model should be fully clothed. That
No. It does. Victoria's Secret is about lingerie and underwear. They should be showing you lingerie and underwear.
Very sexual in nature. Why would you
Artists are
expect them to have
supposed to
on
be
clothes?
singing words. We're supposed to be listening to them, and yes, we're looking at them. We're supposed to be listening to them.
If you listening to Meg and Cardi rap WAP, or do you want to see them in a ball gown, or do you want to see something that matches the vibe of what the song
There's a
is?
big jump from what they have on sometimes to a ball gown. And people are gonna say I'm being judgmental because I'm old and I'm jealous. No, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't understand why you got to be naked to sing. That's all.
Anyway.
So thank you, Kirby, for
Thank you,
your
Kirby,
beautiful music
Yeah, her outfit ain't got nothing to do
and your
with it.
beautiful lyrics, and that I can watch you without having to say, why is she naked?
So you agree with Taylor's lyrics that you don't want to be a bad bee or a savage?
Oh, I think I absolutely am both of those things, but I do it covered up. See? Like there,
Well, but
like,
people would say that is too much.
Okay,
You're
well,
naked right now because
well,
you have on a tight-fitting dress.
Well, you
and
know,
big hoop earrings.
everybody.
That's so ghetto. Rawr.
Well, you know, it is what it is. I'm just like Meg and them are not dressing for me. I'm not dressing for those people. But like, I feel like anything that resembles underwear should be worn under something. That's all.
Okay. Anyway, moving on to more music news because I was very happy, but apparently some people that aren't as cultured weren't pleased that Bad Bunny will be the Super Bowl performer in 2026. I believe the Super Bowl is in LA, but a lot of people were complaining. Apparently, I didn't see it on my feed because I don't.
That's
know
not
those
your
people.
algorithm.
That's not. I like Bad Bunny. I like Hispanic artists. I like listening to music in Spanish. But a lot of people are complaining because they feel like the Super Bowl should be for, quote, Americans. And let me add a dash. Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is an American territory. Okay, now you can offer your opinion on what you think about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl.
Thoughts and prayers to those people that don't like it. That's what I think. Thoughts and prayers for those people that don't like it because they picked him. He's doing it. And while I hope that he does do some songs or some portions of his songs in English because yo habla un poco español, get over it. Like, get over it.
I feel like this is a great opportunity as a country for us to expand our minds and not think that English is the begin all end all, because every other country in the world knows multiple languages, and then there's us over here being slow.
We need to get with that. We need to get with that.
But also, as someone that has Hispanic friends that they introduced me, or I shouldn't even say they, specifically Tamara introduced me to Bad Bunny. And like, when I saw the announcement, I wasn't tripping that it would be in Spanish because I'm like, I still enjoy his music. It's the same way that way back when, R.I.P., everyone listened to Selena. It didn't matter whether you were Mexican or not. You listened to Selena's.
Yeah.
Everyone listens to Shakira. Everyone listens to Pitbull.
I feel like those artists that can sing in English and Spanish should sing in English and Spanish. If they have that ability to sing to people in English, but then also provide people from their culture with music in their own language, why should they not? Like, it's one of those things where I tell my students who are bilingual, don't let anybody take that from you. That's your superpower. Like, because you know 2 languages and they only know 1, you're the problem.
Yeah.
That's not what the problem is. And, I can appreciate some people saying, well, I want to be able to understand what he's saying. I get it, because I too want to be able to understand what he's saying. But I also don't think that my inability to understand what he's saying should be a reason for him not to be chosen. If the audience is big enough for him, if there's a big enough audience for him.
He has 75 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yeah, so like if there's an audience for him, the people at the NFL in this particular situation made the right choice. There's an audience for him, and they're catering to that audience.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to see him, take
Turn
your
the
restroom
TV off.
break, go run, do a snack run, go to the 7-Eleven or somewhere, do something, go, meditate.
I feel like this is
that's who they pick.
This is a great opportunity for a lot of Americans to be educated on the fact that, number one, Puerto Rico is American.
U.S. territory. It is a U.S. territory.
He is a citizen.
Those people are citizens.
But also that you can listen to something that's not in English and you'll be all right. You might actually like the beat. You might actually learn a little bit of Spanish.
Because you could listen to classical music, don't even have words. Like, listen to the music. Enjoy the music.
And for people that are like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to sing along. When Coldplay
well,
performed
you probably
at the
shouldn't be singing along anyway.
When Coldplay performed at the Super Bowl, I knew like one song. I wasn't able to sing along with most of it until Bruno and Beyonce got on stage. That's an aside.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to sing along with it, and I was okay because they're big artists. I'm just not personally a fan of them, but obviously there's a lot of people that are. So this Super Bowl, I don't really care about the performers that much. So I just feel like Americans have an issue with thinking that the entire world, this entire country needs to be catered around.
Okay, and let me make this a teachable moment too, because I just had this conversation with some students. The United States is a part of the Americas, plural. A lot of people don't catch that. From Canada down to South America is the Americas. Yeah. The United States is a part of the Americas plural. So you are a United Statesian because people from Canada are actually Americans. People from Mexico are Americans. Yeah. Go
South America.
South America. Let's get that straight. When you like to thump your chest and say, well, I'm an American, well, so is Bad Bunny. So is somebody from Brazil. So is somebody from Panama. It's the Americas, plural. The United States is a big portion of the Americas. And in the United States, the recognized language is English, but there is a high Latino and Hispanic population. Bad Bunny is someone that population appreciates and wants to hear.
And it's literally not just Hispanic people that want to listen to Bad Bunny.
And then here's the thing too. You can key into just the music. You can look at the costumes. You can look at the performance. There is something that you can appreciate if you want to.
He has collabs with artists like Cardi B, like Drake. Like, I'm sure at some point during his set, he's going to have like an American, even though he's also American, but I should say an English speaker, a part of the performance. Just like they knew Coldplay was possibly a little bit boring, so they brought in some assistants. Or when
no shade to Coldplay.
No shade to Coldplay. We love Chris Martin, question mark?
That's his name.
Yeah, but
I especially love that they exposed that cheating couple, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. And I like their song Sparks. It's very peaceful. But regardless of what you thought about it, it is what it is. So either you're gonna watch or you're gonna turn your TV off. Don't really care. I'm gonna be dancing my little shimmy.
And what makes it so bad, I may or may not have tuned in. I'm especially tuning in because now I really want to see. Like I want to see the performance, and then I want to see what people have to say after the performance, because from what I know of Bad Bunny, because I'm not going to try to pretend like he is a dynamic artist. So like I'm curious to see, and I want to see how he handles, because he knows all this backlash is happening. So I want to see how he handles it. But I appreciate him, his music, and the fact that he took the gig. I got much respect for him that he chose not to tour in the U.S. because he felt like the island of Puerto Rico.
He chose not to tour on the mainland because he was doing his residency in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. He chose to cater to his people because he felt like they had been disrespected, and I like a rider. I love a rider.
He's very vocal about he's Puerto Rican. He loves Puerto Ricans.
And there's nothing wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him being proud of where he's from and catering to his people, and also allowing us to enjoy it at the same time. So people that don't want to watch, don't watch.
Y'all got 4 months, as he said during his SNL thing, y'all got 4 months to learn some Spanish.
I'm telling you.
And I will be on Duolingo and texting tomorrow about what does this song
Speaking of that, take your phone, point it at the TV, and it'll translate the lyrics for you. If you want to sing along, use your apps or whatever. It'll tell you what he's saying.
Learn how to roll those R's. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to Ask a Gemini. I saw this funny post, and I was like, we can keep this going. Because someone said, I'm going to have to do some bleeping here. Cinderella was low-key a soft AB. You're not finna bully me in my daddy house. And it just made me think, what would the princesses have really been like if they would have been people of color?
You might have just answered why that it took so long to get a black Disney princess, because they knew we weren't going to be having that. Like, it's just light bulb moment. That's why they didn't put us in these fairy tales, because they know we would cut up.
Maybe.
But I had never processed it. I love whoever came up with that.
But there is the Brandy Cinderella. So.
Well, yeah. But I love whoever came up with that, because, how are you going to come in my...
See,
never in the history of ever, you're going to come and take over my daddy house, you and your kids.
But I feel like we can start with Cinderella, because that was the topic of conversation. She was making their food.
That's what I'm talking about.
I would have had that handled in about one business day. She wouldn't have, her stepsisters would not have been taking over my house.
Somebody would have been having stomach aches and headaches.
Who's not going to the ball?
Exactly.
Who's not going to the ball?
Exactly.
Where's the carriage keys? Because I'm out of here.
Yeah, and I don't know, because Cindy must not have had any aunties to pull up and be like, this is my brother's house and what you talking about? Because it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, well, she did have her fairy godmother, but she was too nice about it. Like, as soon as I had my fairy godmother, I was like, okay, what we gonna do is...
before I go to the ball, I got some things I need
exactly.
I need you to handle.
They would have been the rats that were dragging Kirby.
Now you got me thinking somebody needs to write that Hood Cinderella. They need to do that. They need to do that. Yeah.
I also added to the list, though, old girl would not have ended up with Beast. Beast would have been found in the castle.
We could be
unconscious.
Belle, if she had been a little bit darker hue, would have told Beast we could be friends. But that's
And
all we could
also, imagine walking in to dinner and the pots and pans are singing. What?
I would have been scared but intrigued.
I would have been intrigued, but not intrigued enough to sit down and eat the food. Because who made the food?
Well,
the pots and pans made the food?
I don't know. We are talking fairy tale land, so like maybe she accepted it because like you're being hosted by a beast, so like that kind of goes with territory.
I
But,
mean,
yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I also, as soon as I pulled up to that creepy castle, I would have been like, you know what? I think my daddy's okay. He'll thug it
Okay,
out.
let's address this Rapunzel situation.
When-
Because
no, I was
why?
gonna get- okay,
Why, if I can let down my hair and let you climb up my hair, why can't I tie my hair to something and just like rappel down using
But
my
see,
own
what
hair? Like I
was
don't
gonna
understand.
say was she would have never got rescued because who finna touch my hair? I don't know you.
Yeah. Well, I think in this particular situation you could break that rule, but for real though, like if your hair is strong enough for you to let it down for somebody else to climb up,
Well,
why
Mother
am I not
Gothel
tying
told-
my hair to something?
Mother Gothel told her it was scary outside.
Girl, bye. No. Mm-mm.
But
if I'm Rapunzel, I'm going to
but
see.
It might have still went the same way because like is a black daughter going to disrespect her black mother who she thinks is her birth mother? Was she went outside if her mama told her to stay in the house?
Depending on who mom is, she might have been scared. She might have been scared.
She
That might track.
She
That
might have been
track.
scared,
Yeah.
and she would not have gotten rescued because this random man. You want to touch my hair? You can't. No, this is a fresh silk
the whole
press. I
being
can't-
scared to break your mom's rules as a black girl, yeah, that might track.
So maybe Rapunzel has some ancestry because she wasn't trying to go outside until she was
Because
forced
her mama
to go
told her to
outside.
stay in the house, she was obeying orders, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
A little bit.
Ariel. Even though we do have a black Ariel,
Yeah.
we're gonna pretend like we don't for the moment.
Okay.
Her daddy would have cussed her out. She would not have made it up to land. You went to see Ursula, and now you can't talk. Like, no, that wouldn't have flew.
I don't know if a black Ariel outside of the one that they
That already
do the-
exists.
I don't know if we would have been willing to give up our voice. Like I don't know. Like
For a man?
For a man. Like I don't know if we would have.
All the mermen down in the sea, and you just want him specifically.
Yeah. So I mean, there is being in love, but I don't know that I would have been. And I would have probably told her to pick something else.
I don't think we would have been Delulu enough to do that. We would have been like,
Yeah.
there's somebody over here in the sea that'll work.
And we would have fixed Sebastian snitching. Like
Yeah,
we
'cause
would
are we
have
friends or
would have
no?
found a crab trap for Sebastian.
Are we
something.
friends or not?
Yeah, like
Because
we
he
not
would,
doing
he would
that.
sometimes be real. I mean, he was trying to protect her.
Yeah.
But from her perspective, he was being real two-faced.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he would have found himself in a crab trap probably.
And
At least for a minute.
temporarily, we would have let him out.
Yeah.
He would have been fine. Even though this princess is already black, Tiana, dare I say we would have never kissed a frog.
First of all, I still am a little bit
That she
not
was a frog
happy
for
that she
the
was a
majority of
frog
the
for
movie,
most of the
yes.
movie. That bothered me. Also, I'm still a little bit unhappy that when they gave us the first black Disney
had to work.
princess,
She wasn't in a
she
castle.
was working class
Yeah.
and not a true princess, as though they couldn't have said it in Africa and had a true.
I
Princess.
still want to petition Disney for an African Disney
We
princess.
need an African Disney princess because what y'all gave us was a start, and we appreciate
And
Tiana.
don't get me wrong, I
and
love Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the Frog. I love Anika Noni Rose. I love that they picked Anika Noni Rose to be the voice of that character. Like I love all of that, but just like always, we didn't get the full treatment, and I want the
very
full
much
treatment.
like her prince is broken. Now she has to work at a restaurant.
Yeah, like Naveen didn't have any money, like all of
the
that.
hyper independence
So,
of black
like-
women felt very tropish.
Yeah, so I think there's some stuff that if I were doing it, I would have done differently. But that that's most
But
things.
once again, I say I would not have kissed a frog.
Yeah, and that whole kissing a frog, nah.
He probably would have ended
Well,
up.
I wouldn't even been in the same room with a frog because I don't do frogs.
Yeah, I would have ran off, and then I would have never met Naveen.
Yeah.
It would have just been raps after that.
Yeah, so anyway.
Also, Naveen is maybe black. I don't know. He's ethnically
I was
ambiguous.
never clear on what he was.
But we wouldn't have been messing with the Shadow Man.
No,
We would not even messing
that
with
part
Shadow
right there.
Man.
Even with that, why we had to have that? And I mean,
But it's New Orleans culture. And that
yeah,
makes
but
sense.
like,
and
still,
there's villains and magic and everything.
but no, I wouldn't have
But-
been doing that. I was raised not to make
Even
deals
when
with the
I
devil.
myself in real life went to New Orleans, I wouldn't. There were certain streets and certain buildings I was not walking in. Oh, would you like a psychic reading?
Nope.
No love.
No.
I'm not gonna pay you $20 for you to put spirits on me. Absolutely not.
Because I feel like when you ask the spirits for a favor, they need one back. We're not doing that.
Well, you know,
Not.
I feel like we have some valid points here.
No.
Moving on to Gemini Gems. Would you like to go first?
I'll go first. Okay, so I found out from a very nice lady, which they have a sign in the window. It's been there forever. It's not a secret that Publix accepts competitors.
This is for our southern.
This is for people that
southeastern people that
live
have
in the
Publixes.
southeastern United States. But Publix has always accepted competitors' coupons. What I did not know is, because I don't go to the Dollar General a lot, but I have gone to the Dollar General, and a lot of times they'll kick out a coupon, and at the bottom of on the bottom of the receipt, it'll say, if you spend $25, you get $5 off. I did not know the Dollar General coupons will also be accepted at Publix. I thought competitors meant like Winn-Dixie, Aldi, grocery stores. But they accept the Dollar General coupons. So when they say they accept competitors' coupons, take them seriously. Take them. All you have to do is ask. Either it's going to be a yes or a no, but you don't have anything to lose by asking. So check in your Publix locations to see which coupons they take from their competitors.
And if you're like me and you love all the scents and the loungewear and everything that's in Victoria's Secret, you can Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's
Am I being a
Secrets.
black
I think
person
it's
that's adding
singular.
an S to everything?
I think it's
Okay.
singular. Victoria's Secret.
You can stack your coupons there because I always get them in the mail where it's just like 10 off 40 and free panty and like all those random coupons that you get. You can actually use
More than
all of them
one
at the same
in a
time as
transaction.
long as obviously what you're buying applies to whatever the coupon says it applies to.
Yeah. So you can use your discounts and your percentages off and all that. You can do it in one transaction. A lot of places they'll make you separate it, or you got to do two.
Yeah.
Certain ones you can put them together.
Well, with all of that being said, this is it. This is all we have.
Yeah.
My mind went blank for a second. But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Period.